Good morning, my leaders. Thank you so much, Leader Heather. Thank you for the platform and thank you for the prayer. You've opened up our minds for us. And now, on today's topic, I want to talk about leadership. And this was inspired by how we address each other. We are always addressing each other as leader. So most of the people who are in this business are leaders. So we then want to unpack a little bit, or have a little bit of motivation on leadership. So I want to request Leader Heather. I'm not sure if you can maybe let a few, maybe at least 2 to 3 people who can unmute also, to just create a sort of a discussion first before we can proceed. On the first slide, it's also fine. We can go to the first slide, because I just wanted to hear from at least 1 or 2 leaders.
All right, I've allowed people to unmute. They missed the question, leader. Please just pose the question again.
If true leaders are born or if true leaders are made. This has been a debate going on for decades, and I just wanted to have a discussion with my fellow leaders to hear their point of view, if the leaders are made or if the leaders are born to be leaders.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, leaders. From where I stand, I'm like, maybe there are those who are born, but most leaders are made. So I feel like each and every person is actually a leader and can be made. So we can all be made leaders by, all the things that we are taking in and what you do with what you are taking in. So I believe that the leaders are made.
Okay, thank you so much. And I just wanted you to stay with me again, if we can go on the second question, as to what really makes a good leader.
I think what makes a good leader is a leader who is ready to learn at all times. A leader who knows, that says, I know, but I don't know. A leader who listens to each and every person. A leader who reads. A leader who takes in knowledge and apply it. I would say that makes a good leader. A leader who knows themselves.
Perfect. Thank you so much, my leader. Thank you. That was good contribution. And if we can have another leader who just have maybe another view, or probably similar, but just to have another opinion from the team. Are leaders born or made? And what makes a good leader? Just one more from the team.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I can say leaders some are born, but to become a good leader, it still needs more skills. It still needs more. It needs more. You just can't be a born leader. You still need to refine those skills. Then what makes a good leader? I can say a good leader is made by service. Service to others, service to the people that you're surrounded with. That makes a good leader. Service and influence.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'm seeing Leader Kolo there, adding that She forgot to say a leader who don't only think of themselves but include everyone they come across also makes a good leader. All right. Thank you so much for your contributions, my leaders. I think now we can mute and then we can then proceed with the presentation. Okay. All right. So most of the definitions that I've come across, they explain or try to emphasize on motivation in terms of leadership. So a good leader, not really a good leader. What leadership is all about motivation. If we summarize what leadership is, we are talking about motivation. Someone who can motivate other people. Why are we saying it's all about motivation? We are saying it's motivation because a good leader doesn't only inspire us. This is a quote from Simon Sinek. He says, a good leader doesn't only inspire us to have confidence in what they can do. Sorry, okay. Yes, a good leader doesn't only inspire us to have confidence in what they can do, but a great leader inspires us to have confidence in what we can do. So that means it's someone who can influence us by what they do, which relates to most of the explanations or the contributions we've gotten earlier. So another part of the definition we are picking from the most definitions we can get from leadership is a responsibility. Each leader needs to take responsibility of their actions, take responsibility of all the tasks assigned to them or what is required of them or people entrusted to them. So if someone can be able to bring in more motivation or be able to influence others and also takes responsibility on what is expected of them, then that is leadership. It also involves accountability. So a good leader also takes responsibility and accountability of all their actions. They do not play the blame game and make it look like it's another person's fault. So there's another element of accountability that comes with leadership. And another thing is representative. A leader is a representation of a community or a certain family or any type of organization. Like in our space, we are representatives of the forever living business, meaning we are the ones carrying the torch to bring light into people's lives. We need to act accordingly and be leading by example to people who we are selling the products to and also our prospects. So we need to be a representation of the business. That is leadership from what I have concluded. So what is then required from a forever living leader? We are all leaders. So the first thing you will see when someone is introduced to the business is us calling them leaders. So most of us are leaders. So what do we need to do in our role as leaders of this business? So we need to have presentation skills. Why is it important? It's because this business is saying we should be able to bring the good news of this business to the next person. This person can be our client, and this person can also be our prospect, which is the future leader of this business. So if we do not know how to present the idea, be it of the financial freedom it can bring or the financial benefit or the quality of the product that we are selling, if we are not able to present it well, then we are lacking in our leadership in this business. And the other thing we need to do is have orientation skills. We need to do orientation to everyone that is coming, especially here we are referring to the prospects. You need, after the person has signed the form, they'll send their request, their application to become part of the business, to become leaders of this business. We need to make sure we have played our part to explain what is required of this person so that they understand their responsibility and where they need to be accountable and how they need to do the presentation, so that the only thing that is remaining is their effort on how they can do the business. We need to teach them how to complete that form. The same time they are completing their form, we are trying to educate them on how to complete the form, how to put in their order. If we are in Johannesburg, we can even go to an extent where we can even show them where the product center is, or anyway, wherever we are finding ourselves. We should be able to orientate this person so that they are empowered enough to empower the next person. So another thing we need to do is a follow-up on our downline. As a leader, after you've presented the business, the person is interested, after you've orientated them, try to do a follow-up on that downline after a while. Because if you've introduced the business, the person has started the business, you need to explain to them how to do the trainings, every other necessary information they need in order for them to perform or do good in their business, and also know how to serve their customers. But after that is done, you want to follow up. How are we following up? We are trying to say, we need to hear what is their experience. How are they finding the business so far? What is their challenge? Where do they lack? The reason for this is you still want to continue empowering this person. It's some, you find them that when they join the business, they already have the skills, so they will easily apply it on their own. But some have never been in a position to lead before. So it remains the upline or the leader's responsibility to make sure the other leader is empowered and carrying out their responsibilities effectively. So do follow-ups on your downline. And I think I've touched there already on the empower and guide. So that is basically the same thing of making sure that the person has all the necessary skills. If it's a presentation they have to go make one day. I remember there was a time when I had a presentation from the beginning and my upline was busy. But because my upline has already given me a few tips, I went in and started presenting. Which couldn't, that couldn't be the case if I had not been empowered and guided on what this business is all about. The first thing that the person needs to know, if you have to empower a person, is why the business is good, what is in the business, how they can do the business, which is now trying to do sales and recruiting. Where can they get their products? How do they order? Where can they collect their order? That person at the end of the day will feel empowered. What are the incentives of the business? Once this person knows all those elements and how their first steps of how they can become a manager, trust me, this person is empowered and guided, and they'll be able to help the next person or start off with the next leader. So the other thing is be a step ahead to lead by example. And by this, I mean, if you are in the business, you should have a plan already to start going to the next level. If you fail, unless, let it be reasons beyond your means. But personally, if you start the business, make sure you are a supervisor, so that at least the person who's coming under you then starts off as a preferred customer and assistant supervisor. But if you are stuck at the assistant supervisor, you also are not empowering yourself enough or showing or leading the example that your people need. Most people sometimes perform because of the leadership they are under. If you are not, we already got a definition about how you need to be able to motivate, you need to be able to inspire. So if you are failing at the growth in the business, it will be difficult for you to explain it to the next person, or you won't know the challenges along the road as you are going up or moving up the ladder. So for me, you should be able to lead by example. My leaders in this meeting or in this session, I want to congratulate you, because you being part of this 5 a.m. already portrays leadership. This is good leadership because you are willing to learn, like the other leader said, you are willing to learn, be empowered, so that you are, so that you're prepared to motivate or inspire the next person or inform the next person. We believe we are not 100%. We all need to fill our cups with more information or training. So if we are availing ourselves and making sure we are learning all the necessary skills, we are able to empower the next person, and they will also know how they can get empowered because we are leading by example. Okay. So I just want to conclude with this quote, which says, leadership is not about titles, positions, or flow charts. It's about one life influencing another. So let's not be too caught up being called leaders, but we are not taking the actions or the responsibility that comes with what being a leader is. So let's go out there and change people's lives. Let's be the torchbearer to bring good news in terms of a product or in terms of a business idea, that we bring in more people who can be leading this business successfully. Thank you so much to all of you who have listened to me, and I hope I've contributed a few things to your day. Let us go out there and be productive. Thank you so much.
Wow, very powerful, my leader. Thank you so much for sharing with us. I know we always get caught up in I'm a leader, but what does that truly mean? So we still have a bit of time. I'm going to open up the floor to everyone in the chat. Those who want to add, comment, this is your opportunity. I think everyone is able to unmute if you have a contribution. Anyone who wants to add or make a comment, you are welcome to do so.
I just want to add or maybe emphasize on the fact that as a leader, if you don't know how to lead yourself, you can never lead others. So you need to be able to lead you yourself, and then you'll be able to lead others. And as you are leading others also, we are not bosses, or we are not higher than other people, but we are still there just showing the way, but we can still learn from the people that we are leading as well, because they are also leaders. So thank you. This was a powerful, powerful session. Thank you so much, leader. You are one of the people as well that, you know what, fit very well in this, to say you are a leader. And I know all of us in here are leaders. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Leader Kulu. Leader DK, you can go ahead.
Good morning, leaders. How are you? I trust you're well. Thank you very much, Leader Esther, for the powerful session. I also just wanted to add that one aspect I think that comes with leadership is also servantship, because as a leader, you must be also willing to be serving. Whether it is your people that you are leading, or the people that are leading you. So one of the aspects that we need to adopt in leadership is to serve. Whether you are serving by, I know my upline Gwen, she's always willing to be going to the center to get products for us, or whether it is to meet up with a downline or your possible prospect. And that's one of the things that we see from our leaders, from Leader Vero. They're always they're always willing to serve you and to serve your people. So that's one of the aspects that leadership contains, that you also need to be willing to be a servant to the people that you are leading. Thank you very much.
All right. Any other comments, additions from anyone? If you are not comfortable speaking, you can add in the chat.
Hi, leaders. Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Yeah.
How are
Good
you? So,
morning.
wow, Esther, that was a powerful session. Well, I'm sorry I joined in late. And for some time I've lost it on the 5 a.m. session. Here I am back. Okay. And for me, I just wanted to thank Heather. In all honest, I mean, I think every opportunity that I've been getting, I've been using it. And I think one of the characteristics of leadership is to be able to trust on your team. And Heather, you have done that. Thank you for taking this ownership of the 5 a.m. Since you started, you have never missed, and I should also just say that you have done more than what leaders have done before you, so you have never missed a day. I think it's only one day that you missed, and that has been after a long time, and that is because, of course, no one volunteered, but you have taken this 5 a.m. session to the next level, which is amazing. And you have trusted other people to lead on this, which I think that is a very, very big criteria or characteristic of a good leader. So all of you that have been taking part on these 5 a.m. sessions, that is incredible. You are selfless. You're ready to serve other people, as DK has said, and I think it's incredible. I've just write that on the chat that we have got amazing leaders in our team, and there's yet a lot more leaders that are emerging. I mean, there's a lot of people joining the business, and people are taking this 5 a.m. sessions. I see so many new people, new faces that I personally even don't know. I don't know, Heather, where do you find all of them? It's incredible. And that is to say, guys, we are building, we are leveling up, we are stepping up, and I so much believe in the next 5 weeks that are remaining for closing the year, 2024. My leaders, this is going to be an amazing year. So it can be tiring sometimes being a leader, taking a lead into making sure that you are making sure that you lead by example, because leading by example is not easy. It's just easy by saying, but leading by example every single time is not easy. So it can be tiring, to just make sure that you are there to show that example and to show up. But I will tell you, it is the most rewarding thing you can ever do for yourself. I'm sure Heather is benefiting a lot more than every other person on the 5 a.m. sessions. I know that for sure. Whoever that is training in me, for Esther, for example, that has been doing this session, of course, she had to go through reading, probably going through, maybe podcast or, watching videos or something, or thinking of her own business, because a leader is supposed to think. That is one job of a leader, to think of where and what is that you're supposed to say, you're supposed to do, where you're supposed to take your team. So even doing this session, it needs you to think, you understand? And so taking part of this and being a leader, I think it is one rewarding thing you can ever do. And so the most important thing for a leader, guys, is personal development, is making sure that you're learning and knowing that, you're not learning just for yourself. You're learning for people in your team. You're learning for people that you don't even know. You're learning for your prospects. You're learning for, you're learning for a bigger sorry, you are learning for a bigger cause, So for me, the personal development is very, very, very big, very key. And so that is why even on the raffle, we one of the things that you will have is, if you win, that means you will have trainings, or you'll have a book to read, and all that. Because for me, I feel like that is one thing that has been really making sure that I'm staying on course, or I'm getting back on course. Because leaders does not mean that when you're a leader, you don't lose focus. No, when you're a leader, you also lose focus. But the only difference between a successful leader and not a successful leader is the fact that how long does it take you to get back to focus? You understand? How long does it take you to get back to focus? So you might lose focus, you might lose focus. But how long you're going to stay on the comfort zone, I think there is where it matters. And so for me, I think personal development has really been playing a very big role when it comes to helping me getting back on course, knowing that, you know what, you promise people that you're gonna show them. You understand? You're gonna coach them. Even if you have got one person as the leader, guys, when you have got one person that you recruited, you presented an opportunity to them, you promised them, you promised them support, you promised them that you're gonna be there for them to understand the business, for them to build a business, you know? So, you know, the more you're not doing what you're supposed to do, as what leader Esther's just shared with us, it means you're failing your one person. So as she said, leadership is not about position. You don't have to be a supervisor to call yourself a leader. You don't have to be a manager to call yourself a leader. As long as in this business, you've got one person in the business, it is your responsibility to step up and become the leader that you're supposed to be. And so keeping learning the business is key. Understanding why Forever, understanding why network marketing, so that you don't wander around, you know, understanding yourself and what are your strengths, you know, and all that. I think that is really key. I'm going to give you my example. And I always love to be vulnerable, you know. I don't know if it's good or it's not. Like, for example, when it comes to knowing yourself, I know I am very powerful when it comes to business presentation, when it comes to trainings and all that. But I know I'm not that I don't know, but it's not my area. You know, it's not something that I've said, like, you know what, I want to be so good. You understand? It's products. It's products. So that is why you'll see when you have got a product training, I'll ask Elizabeth, I'll ask DK, I'll ask, you know, like that, because I know that is their strength. You understand? So as a leader, that is our job. You know, knowing where you can do better. Give me a business presentation, and you know me. You know the energy that I bring. You know, when I speak to your people on a three-way call, man, I know I'm good at that. You know, and there is where I am committing into making sure that I'm growing every single day. You understand? So what is your area as a person that you want to develop? Because you cannot learn everything at the same time. Of course, give me a product training, I will do it. Give me Fleet9 or weight loss sessions, I will do it. You know, ask me about the product that I'm using, I will do it. You understand? But it's not something that I'm saying, you know what, I'm so very 100%. I will still trust on people. And that is what I think, using each other's strengths is where an amazing team will be emerging, and exactly what we are doing. So what is your strength? Where are you going to solidify yourself? What skill are you going to learn? You know, there's someone that is so good when it comes to one-to-one. There's someone that is so good when it comes to invitation. If you guys come together, that is going to be a very powerful collaboration. You understand? So, ladies and gentlemen, we are up for leveling up. We are up for, you know, to rise up. We are up for, like, literally a lot more than what we have seen so far. And just before I leave, I just want to remind you guys, we are having a success day coming up in Namibia. On the 24th, we're having a business presentation, which you're supposed to invite. On the 25th, we'll be wearing pink, guys, in Namibia. If you're coming, make sure you're coming. Even if you're in other towns in Namibia, please come. There are people traveling from South Africa. It's amazing. Now, if you cannot go there, guys, you need to invite. Even if you're not in Namibia, guys, you can invite. You can start promoting and start inviting now for that event. It's going to be the biggest event since 2019. And you don't want to miss that one, you know? And then the 26th, we'll be having leaders training. So we'll be having a Rise Up event in Namibia. The one that was in South Africa was successful. I cannot imagine how Namibia is going to be. So I just want to tell you that you can start getting your prospects ready. Personally, I've already bought my tickets. I've committed to having not less than 10 people in that Success Day venue on the 25th. Not less than 10 people. And Esther is one of the people. In fact, Esther, I'd love for you to record a video for us. Esther came for the event, the Success Day that we had in June. And right now she's an assistant manager, and she's becoming a manager this month. And that is someone that started the business in July, August, September. And now she started in July, right? Esther, when did you start the business?
Yes, I started in July, so yeah. End of
July.
July.
So that is basically managed in 4 months. And she was a guest on the last Success Day. So imagine inviting someone like Esther. So you don't know who your Esther is going to be. And trust me, these prospects like Esther, they change a whole business. You can get, I'm not saying you should wait to get that one person, but before you get that one person to join your team that is going to bring the massive change that you're looking for, guys, you need to recruit as many people, you need to prospect as many people. Okay, so this is an opportunity for everyone. Agnes, I know, Agnes Mora, I know you're in Kenya. Start inviting. Charles, please make sure that you're there in Windhoek. Make sure that you're there in Windhoek. I see many of you. Kolo, thank you so much for that, for the contribution. Please start inviting that, people. So guys, we're gonna fill in the venue. My wish is that we have got not less than 150 people from Team Unstoppable, us and the guests. 150 people, at least minimum. If you can do 200, that will be incredible. Now imagine how that was gonna be. So thank you so much, Heather. I really appreciate you once again. And thank you so much, Esther, for a powerful session this morning.
Yay! Thank you, my leader. We are happy to welcome you to the 5 a.m. sessions, and we will definitely be contacting you for one of these sessions to just, give us the motivation. Personally, I'm so excited about the raffle. So in my mind, it simply means the more 4CCs I do, the more chance for me to get something from the raffle. So I'm going to make sure that every month I am 4CC active. Thank you, leaders, for joining.
Sorry, Heather, just there on the raffle. Guys, another way to add to your chances is to do your 4CC by the 21st. I thought it was 28th, but I know 28th people are getting paid. So I said on the 21st. So if you do your 4CC by the 21st, your name is going to go on the raffle twice. Guys, you don't know what you've seen the rewards, but you don't know the bucket list. Guys, it's going to be incredible. Like the trip that I'm talking about, that I'm going to pay for someone that is going to win that trip, is incredible. So you don't know if that is going to be you. So do your 4CC by the 21st. And we still have got a lot of days. Some of you are already at 2CC, some of you are at 1CC. If you say I'm going to commit into recruiting at least one person and finish off my 1CC and be a 4CC qualifier by the 21st, you can do. If you commit into retailing, you can do. The only thing is committing, saying that I want this. And there's nothing you can be able to achieve if you don't commit a lot. As I said, it's tiring, but the reward is incredible. And so I wish you all great success, guys. It's 4CC by the 21st. If you do by end of the month, of course, you're going to get on the raffle, but that is the minimum. But if you do your 4CC by the 21st, it means by end of the month, you will be more than 4CC, and that means you have made more money. But that means you've already created a base for supervisor, and that means you might be a supervisor by end of December. And remember, if you become a supervisor by end of December, if you did your 4CC in October, then you will be part of the cruise ship incentive, or will be cruising from Durban to Mozambique. But obviously, even if you did not, you probably can speak to your manager or something, and I'm sure if you become a supervisor by December, you will be cruising with us. And so, do that for you. Thank you so much. I just wanted to add on that.
All right, leaders, you are welcome to exit the session. Thank you for joining in. See you Monday morning, 5 a.m.